Welcome to the ADLINK podcast, your gateway to the world of edge computing and beyond. My name is Patrick Chiu, the Senior Product Sales Manager of Edge Computing Platform and IoT Solutions. In today's podcast, we will dive into the topic of enhancing worker safety through computer vision and AI in manufacturing. We discuss the latest trends and challenges in worker safety technology, highlighting real-world applications and case studies that demonstrate the transformative impact of these innovations. Today, we are pleased to have the subject expert, Mr. Ryan Vanderwerf from Amazon Web Services, joining us and providing expert insights on the importance of automation, the role of AI and machine learning, and the benefits of edge computing. Ryan is a Senior Partner Solution Architect at Amazon Web Services, focused on industry partner solutions in manufacturing for the Americas. He is a subject matter expert on computer vision for use cases involving edge AI. We will explore how advanced automation and AI are revolutionizing safety protocols on the factory floor, offering a comprehensive understanding of how these technologies enhance safety and efficiency. Hey Ryan, it is fantastic to have you today, and we look forward to learn more valuable insight from you.
Glad to be here, Patrick. Thank you.
So Ryan, let's just kick things off with a fundamental question. So why is automation so crucial in today's manufacturing landscape, and why is it essential?
Manufacturing and automation kind of go hand in hand because generally a lot of jobs are dull, dirty, and dangerous. And we want to find a way to assist in that area, such as quality inspection, or something that human eyes get very tired of looking at over and over again, and also dangerous jobs that humans don't want to do and potentially get injured from. Things like, automated welding or manufacturing lines, lifting heavy objects and putting them into boxes, reduces worker strain and things like that, and keeps everyone safe and everyone much happier, and also gets a better product at the end of the day.
I see. So Ryan, automation can be used to improve just about any aspect of operation. So why is worker safety so important? So what is an important problem for business to solve?
Yeah. So obviously, a lot of these jobs that are, dull, dirty, or dangerous, we can use computer vision in particular to look at security feeds or monitoring feeds to make sure that safety compliance is being followed. We could detect, injuries on the incident and record those. Say if someone falls down, falls up a ladder, crashes into something, that could be documented on there as far as what happened and what safety protocols need to be implemented in the future, or what wasn't being followed, making sure people are wearing safety equipment themselves. All of these things are really important to making sure workers feel safe in their job and increase their job satisfaction as well, because they know they're not as at risk because there's something doing that. And traditional video cameras just can't do that because someone has to watch all of these cameras, and there's, you could have 1,000 cameras in one person. It's just impossible for someone to keep on top of about watching a bunch of security feeds doing that. So machine learning tools can help solve these problems and take insights without someone having to physically put eyeballs on it.
I see. So Ryan, just to dive deeper into that, in terms of the worker safety applications, you mentioned that AI and machine learning are affecting or improving the overall technology by a lot. So how are these technologies contributing to the worker safety?
So, for example, if someone falls, we can automatically take a clip of that incident, send it to someone immediately to go send out help for that person. We could also have watching people where they're not supposed to be in dangerous areas, where there could be heavy swinging things nearby. You could have an immediate alarm or speaker that goes off saying, hey, please step back. Also, stepping back from forklifts driving around. We can be monitoring all those things by looking at pose estimation, where people are looking, Are they following safety procedures? Are their hard hats on? Are they looking at their phone while walking in a dangerous area where forklifts are driving? These are all areas that we can improve on, and companies can save a lot of money every year from insurance claims, workers' compensation claims, time off the job, treating injuries, and just overall worker effectiveness.
I see. So Ryan, from what you shared, I also kind of captured that edge computing is also another hot topic, right? Can you explain what it is and why is it so important for manufacturing? And how does edge computing integrate with cloud solutions?
Oh yeah, sure. So after we get past all the things like getting better operational insights and things like that, is quite often we're limited by bandwidth. So if a facility has a lot of cameras, they cannot send all of this data to the cloud to process that without saturating their internet connection and running up large bills of data ingest into cloud things. So customers want a balance and a hybrid solution of these things. So what they'll do is train models with training data on the cloud, label that training data in the cloud with tools such as SageMaker, defect detection application, or Lookout for Vision, and then take those models and then the applications they write, deploy those to the edge, and then they can have real-time insights running in, such as ADLINK hardware like the DLab series or the Neon cameras, where we can be providing real-time immediate insights, and we can't wait for that data to get uploaded to the cloud later to have some sort of action happen immediately. So having things at the edge locally gives customers peace of mind for data governance. Maybe they don't trust PII or faces being sent back to the cloud. Maybe we need to blur those out. We also need to make sure that just because their internet connection goes down, that they're still monitoring their workplace for safety. And then, in third of this, speed, right? We can't, if we're uploading things to the cloud and processing it later, we can't take any immediate action. Something's gone wrong, If you have a real-time system on a forklift driving around and telling people to get away because they're too close, that's something that wouldn't be possible, going from the cloud there. So it's kind of the best of both worlds. When you train in the cloud, you don't need to purchase expensive GPUs that you only occasionally use. You can pay for what you use on AWS, and then take that, and using our tools such as AWS IoT Greengrass, we could push those models and code out to the edge, run on things like ADLINK hardware, and get those operational insights immediately.
Well noted. So Ryan, what are some of the latest trends in worker safety technology? Is there any potential challenges that manufacturers will face implementing these technologies? And do you also foresee there will be some regulatory requirements that will impact the adoption?
Yeah, so two parts there. One is the regulatory thing. I'll just address that real quick. So quite often there's PII information of people's faces that may not be, especially in Europe and in some other countries where they may not consent to their face being sent off somewhere and being processed. So we can use tools to blur faces out as needed. So we can detect that there's a human face there, blur it out so that there's no PII concerns there. And then there's OSHA regulations as far as, at least in the United States, where safety procedures must be followed at work sites to make sure workers are safe as possible. So if we can monitor those things, like someone getting up on a ladder too high, maybe they're in the top rungs, they're doing welding without a shield, they're connecting power tools to the wall without necessarily a ground fault interrupter protector. These are all common things. One company I visited, workers are forbidden from looking at their phone while they're walking because there's dangerous forklifts driving around, and they don't want to have any incidents in the area. So these are all compliance things that are, can be addressed through this without somebody having to manually, have eyeballs on cameras looking at that. We can use these AI models to address those things. And then also manufacturing customers, especially after working in them the last few years, they need an easy to use graphical type of solution where they're not going to be doing a lot of manual Python programming or command line tools in Linux. The system could be based in Windows or Linux, but it really needs to have this graphical interface. So we're using tools like, for example, Lumio, where we can have a graphical interface and we can stitch together video analytic pipelines. So we can take those security or RTSP camera feeds, run models against those, get insights, take immediate action, put a siren on or text, send a notification to a manager or a foreman in the area that someone's where they're not supposed to, or they're not wearing their safety gear, and you can kind of escalate from there in a visual way. In doing visual programming, they'll accomplish this. I've noticed that if it's too complex and difficult to use, someone may buy it and then will just sit there on a shelf and no one will actually use it, and so you won't get the adoption you're shooting for. So it's really important that ease of use aspect, especially in manufacturing area, is there so that it'll be adopted.
Thank you, Ryan. That's very informative. So let's talk about some real-world applications. Can you share some real case studies from the field using worker safety technology?
Yeah, absolutely. So we have several, and we'll put that in the show notes as well. A few you can go find, but one, for example, is the city of Victoria in Australia. And here they're using AWS services with Deloitte to take CCTV feeds of 1,000 cameras in the city and take some sort of insight from that. Right now, before this solution came along, no one was looking at any of these feeds because who could look at 1,000 cameras and make any insight of it? So they're trying to find accidents and be able to pinpoint when they need emergency medical services there. They can also identify traffic blockages or traffic conditions, or real-time traffic conditions can be relayed automatically around their city so that people can take different routes, or and again, medical help may be needed. And so being able to analyze those things automatically can be a game changer for a city like that, where they're trying to get these insights from all these cameras that normally no one would ever be looking at, because it's kind of impossible for a human to do that. And so getting insights like that are pretty key there. We also have some other partners, such as BigMate. They have a system called Warny, and so they use their safety-focused computer vision application. They have different modules that people could buy, monitoring things like in hotels, people in parking lots, loitering, all kinds of safety things as far as that goes, occupancy counting, things like that. We have another partner named Damstra that also has a platform for looking to see if there's following training procedures and licensing and hard hat wearing and things like that. So we have several other offers. One's from Affine. They have an AI safety monitoring CV solution as well, available in our marketplace. In that case, they're trying to find any area of someone may need to be monitor safety around the facility or worker efficiency using things like pose estimation.
Well, that sounds very exciting. So Ryan, this will be my last question. So let's dive into the AWS role. So what worker safety solution does AWS offer, and how does AWS collaborate with system integrators?
Yeah, so partners are our scaling mechanism at AWS. So we want partners to work together to create solutions. So a partner can put a solution on our AWS marketplace. AWS consumers can consume that. And of course, we would like any insights and data ingested into the cloud, beyond the normal operations, to give you long-term insights through tools such as data lakes, and through our IoT service, being able to ingest that data and provide dashboards and insights that could be processed later. But we also have an initiative called Business Outcome Accelerator, and we encourage partners to work together. Say an OEM and an SI and an ISV can all work together and put a single offering on our AWS marketplace, and they can get consulting time to help them set up cameras and install the hardware, and then get licenses from the ISV to use the software, and then hardware to provide the compute and possibly cameras for that. from the OEM. So everyone wins in this situation where partners get together. We've just found that when we get partners together, they all have their strengths and weaknesses, and we can put that together in a solution that AWS customers can consume very easily. It's a win for everyone. And also, you can help with problems of you're not an approved vendor. One of the parties is, maybe not a vendor of record for a customer. It can be months of work to get that to happen. If they can consume it through Marketplace, because AWS is already approved for that, it can really accelerate the adoption time, getting a solution in place and delighting the customer.
Wonderful, wonderful. So Ryan, based on what you said, the Marketplace will be the place to get started, right? Or is there
Absolutely.
any other information that you want to share?
So please reach out. You can shoot me an email and I can help guide you to the right place or help you with your use case, and then see which solution might work best for your problem, or we could put together a solution with multiple partner offerings to help your business solve the problem that they're trying to address. So we've got white papers posted online. We have a solutions catalog. We'll post a link for that as well, where you can find partner solutions as well as AWS solutions for particular industry vertical problems, and then the Marketplace to actually transact a lot of those offerings. So happy to help. Just please reach out, and we'll get that going.
Sounds good. That actually concludes today's podcast. Hey, Ryan, to wrap up, I just want to say thank you for your time today. We have definitely learned a lot from you, and this has been a very valuable session. Thank you again, Ryan, and we will keep in touch.
Yeah, thank you, Patrick. Thanks for having me.
As for the audiences, please stay tuned for more upcoming engaging discussions, and we will talk more about the future of technologies in future sessions. Thank you, everyone.